Pittsburgh news, which I've been watching. What's up, guys? And I've been watching all kinds of Pittsburgh stuff. I was just in Pittsburgh, and so it makes sense that my creepy phone was listening and shared cruise ship Pittsburgh stuff.
It's just telling you what you need to do.
It knows all.
It's trying to milk me for money is what it's trying to do.
Shane needs to go on his
It's a
first
great
cruise.
scheme. Thanks a lot, Zuckerberg. Good morning, everybody. We are, I won't put my hand out there, it's blocking everybody's face. So, we are here having a little bit of a conversation with the legendary Sunrise Rotary crew. Built up quite a name for yourselves. I'm going to be trying to share this, so I'm not ignoring you when on here. I'm not Facebooking.
No worries, all good.
But I wanted to get you down here because a couple things. One, you guys have just made huge strides in what you've done. I mean, from where we started, like
22,
3 years ago.
8 of us sitting around in hooches eating eating breakfast to what you have done with it now.
Yeah.
You know, there's a fire at Los Lagos, which is where you guys do a lot of your stuff out of, has, you know, the impact of that. And then Dom's the worst retired guy I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, we gotta
I'm like, oh man, Dom retired, he's gone, I'm never gonna see him again.
No.
I think I see him more than I did before.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, well, this is fun. So that's supposed to be fun, right?
and let me tell you, we appreciate that you stayed around. You know, you provide a lot of value, and you've always helped out a lot of groups. So, so I just want to kind of get into all that, talk about some of those things, but let's start off with, you know, who is everybody? What do you do?
You want me to go first?
Go first.
Go first.
I'm Kat Smith.
Other than being a cruise enthusiast, which we established,
I'm trying.
and now my phone thinks I want to go on a cruise.
I'm Kat Smith. I am the Senior Administrative Assistant for Murphy Broadcasting, and I am also one of the original Bingo Committee co-chairs.
Yes. I'm Amanda, the new marketing manager for the Bullhead division of Murphy Broadcasting, so the whole Northern division. I am Dom's replacement, even though there's no replacing Dom.
Dang, that was smooth.
I'm also one of the original starters of our bingo committee. I'm the one that built the platform that we still use today to host these amazing charities.
Very cool.
And I'm Dominick with Murphy Broadcasting, Vice President. Been up here 11 years now, as everybody is kind of catching on. I am retiring May 1st, but I'm not going away, so I'll still be having fun. I am the chairman of the bingo committee, and it's been a great run. What have we done? 15 bingos now? 16 bingos
16,
since
yeah.
22? Yeah. So it's we are just a shade under $300,000.
Okay, that's the question I was getting ready to ask you.
Yep.
I know that this bingo has become one of the most sought after fundraisers in the area. And I was
Yeah, it's
curious what that
amazing.
number was because I believe did over 20 grand for Traces.
You guys, Traces still holds the record at $20,000. They do have their next bingo coming up on May 1st. It's the big Bingo de Mayo, and Larry Kendrick has promised that he's going out there to beat that record. So
Yes,
you
I
guys-
promise you he's trying. We had a committee meeting for Aces, which Dom has also helped us out with quite a bit over the years, and that bingo is hot on everybody's mind. So let me ask, where's Los Lagos at with things?
So Los Lagos, we're in touch with them weekly. Obviously, everybody knows they did have a fire. Thankfully, nobody was hurt. There was substantial smoke and water damage. They are in remediation right now. We're supposed to find out this week. So we will find out this week if the Bingo de Mayo on May 1st will be held there or not. We do have a backup, which is the lower level of the Chamber of Commerce, which is about as big a venue. So we will just move all of us right there, and it'll be like seamless. So.
And you know, I want to give Los Lagos a shout out because they have really opened their doors to a lot of people and things. And it's really, I went out and watched Frank and Aiden perform one night, and that place was packed.
Yeah.
Packed to the gills. So, you know, hopefully they get things going, they get back on track. But it's been a lot of fun watching them, you know, kind of grow into being more than just golf.
Golf, right?
They have an amazing team down there. I mean, you have Danae and Felicia down there running everything, and they are just really opened the doors to the community and showed them that they are so much more than their private community that's just up there.
Yeah.
So I think they've done amazing things with karaoke night and the trivias and stuff at Bunker 19. They were doing bunco. They're having our bingos. I mean,
And
they
their
just have
pizza
a lot.
looked pretty good.
Yes.
I was
yes.
currently trying not to be a bad eater the day I was out there.
And it's awesome too because they're getting ready to have that full remodel done on the kitchen and everything for Bunker 19. So it's just going to elevate them even more. So it's
Yep.
exciting.
The chef is really good, and
Yeah.
to their credit, every bingo in that room, they've donated that room to us. So we don't pay a penny for that. That's
Which
their
is
way
huge.
of giving back.
You know,
Yes.
I
Yeah.
know we've all been involved in a lot of charity, nonprofit stuff, and man, you put on these big events and you have all this people show up and money spent, and sometimes they cost so much to put on that
The
you don't come out
expenses.
as head as you want, as far ahead as you want, and when you get a good partner that works with you on it, it makes a huge difference. I mean, especially because it all goes, you know, Dom's not buying a new car off
No,
of the
it's all
bingo
for the
money.
kids.
All for the
we don't
kids.
All for the
see we
kids.
don't see one penny of it. We
Yeah.
don't see one penny from any of the game sponsors, from any of the table sponsors, anything like that, raffles, tickets. We don't see anything. Everything goes back to that beneficiary of that game.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's a huge shout out to everyone that's sponsored the bingo, whether it's purchasing a table and coming and enjoying the night with us, or being a game sponsor, because without the game sponsors, ultimately we can't have the games.
Yeah.
So it's amazing just to see these people, and some of them long timers like Breezy, Easy Breezy, always round one. Then you have Matt over at Barron, who always steps up and sponsors. You have Butch Redman, who is always game 8, you know, X marks spot. These guys never miss a bingo. Whether they can attend or not, they're still out there sponsoring because they understand, like, we're not doing this for ourselves. We're doing it for the kids in the community.
And let me tell you, from the guy who sponsors occasionally side, it's a big commitment to always do this. I mean, you're talking about a lot of money and a lot of time. And so shout out to all those guys and everyone who sponsors all these things. Everybody's kind of got their little niche or things that they have interest in and that they support. And if we don't have all that, a lot of these things don't happen the way they do.
Exactly.
So much appreciated to everybody. I know you probably don't hear it enough, but thank you so much.
Yeah.
We
Double down on
extremely
that.
thank
Thank
it.
you all the businesses that sponsor. And in fact, we've got recently a new series of businesses that are getting involved. So
Oh,
that's
Yeah.
good to
great.
see too. Because what we were afraid of, we often get asked, Shane, why don't you do more? We want to do one every other month, you know? And you'll burn out the community really fast
Yeah.
if you do that. So we want to keep a sense of urgency, but a sense of demand too, you know? So
Well, and that's very true. We see in a lot of things where, you know, you get a little greedy and it
Yeah.
ends up burning out, you know, the golden goose story.
Right.
You know, and you got a good thing, man, appreciate it for the good thing that it is, make the most of the money that you raise, but man, don't overdo it.
Right.
You know, and then honestly, this is also something people don't appreciate is you guys get burned out.
Yeah.
It's a lot of work to be out there
It is.
putting in this time and
Yeah.
doing these things. We're doing ACEs and we're talking about getting out and doing the interviews. And as you know, that's basically committing 3 days of your week, and you can't just not work.
Right.
You know, like I'm super fortunate. We're a big sponsor and I can go participate, but you're asking, you know, 5 to 7 adults to go spend the better part of 3 days deliberating, interviewing, traveling to schools, and everyone's happy that it happened, but they don't realize all the stuff that goes into it. So
Big commitment.
yeah, you guys and everyone else and anyone else you possibly want to shout out in those groups.
Yeah,
But
we have a great committee. So we are the 3 of like chairman and co-chairs. But we have Breezy from Breezy Air. We have Gary from Mahoney College, Leslie. We have Clark. We have Dee and James from Bullhead Rotary. They come in, they're part of our bingo committee. And am I missing anybody?
We have Ashley Yarman from
Ashley
Smash
Yarman
Burgers.
From Smash Burgers. So, and we've had more people wanting to become a part of our bingo committee, and we are always like, you bet, we can definitely use the help.
We have our originals from the beginning, but as we see new Rotarians come
they're all
on,
getting old and retiring.
Well,
Yeah,
yeah,
right.
but they don't leave Rotary and they don't leave bingo. That's one thing. Like Don with retiring and everything, he's like, but I'm still gonna make Rotary meetings and I'm still doing bingo.
Yeah.
So, and a big shout out to Dom when all this happened and we're like, well, let's do a bingo. Dom still never played a game of bingo, but he's probably one of the most recognized bingo callers there is in our community. So
Got that radio voice, buddy.
and we had to put him through bingo school. So it
Yeah,
was a
we
lot
did.
of fun. It was a lot of
That's
fun, not
hilarious.
only starting this and seeing, we did it as a one-off to help the Mojave Junior High. It was a one-off charity event, and then we did it and we managed to pull it off. We took $2,000 that night and turned it into $8,000. And they're like, why are we stopping with one? And it's grown into an amazing fundraiser for the community, and the number of kids we've been able to help over the years, it's just truly, it's an amazing feeling.
It's this $300,000 ish.
Yep.
Yeah. So our we kind of came full circle with Mojave Valley Junior High last at our Leap and Bingo. They raised $19,000 for their bullhead cheer team, their athletics department, and their bulldog PTO.
Very cool.
So we're just very, very happy. You know, Miss Hanson and everybody was just hands-on for that.
And if I understand, I believe they just hired a new football coach for the junior high, and so they got a lot of excitement going out there in that world, which is kind of my world. So
Hopefully this helps.
shout out to those guys. Hopefully some of that money gets you some good helmets.
I know the one thing that they're very.
When we played in middle school, we played in what they call buckets. Some
their
plastic and a little bit of hard plastic on the inside is all you got. So
their one main thing that they do want to do with some of the portion of their money that they do get for like the athletics department is put a shade up, because there's like the no shade, they don't have shade yet. So I know that's what they're looking for.
what do we
But
need shade out here for?
It's a dry heat, right? They don't tell you that
right?
dry heat gets up to 120 degrees in the summertime.
throw in
So-
the wind, you're good.
Going back to football stories, but yeah, it's a dry heat, and you go out and you know, when I was a coach, you go out and you put your arm around a kid and talk to him, hand on the helmet, you're like, oh my God, you know, you burn your hand on the helmet. These kids are in pads, you know, those, and the pads are like nylon and plastic and, you know, a lot of really durable materials. They get super hot, and there's, you know, metal buckles and things like that. So a little bit of shade goes a long way. So that would be a
And
nice
thank God
addition.
out here, they understand the responsibility of properly conditioning kids so that we aren't having a lot of heat exhaustion when kids are out there playing. So
That means you gotta go outside and run.
Yeah.
I did show up and be like, I'm gonna play football.
I did miss somebody on our bingo committee, and that's Dom's right-hand man at the bingo table, and that's Nick Wallace. It's Amanda's husband.
Oh, yep.
He owns Flag Wavers and got to buy them all, but Pokemon shop. But that's his right-hand person. That is, he's got the machine going and all
we
that stuff.
absolutely make ball boy jokes all the time.
Yes.
Ball boy, yeah.
And he is a
Show me the balls.
he is a diehard bingo player.
Yeah.
He goes every Tuesday in our local community and plays bingo, and it's fun watching him. He gets up there and he's the one everyone likes because he's the one that hands them their money when they win.
Yes, that is the most appreciated job in the place.
Oh, we thought that was Dom's 069.
So Dom, I want to ask you, you're retired, but you can't let go of this. Wouldn't you rather be sitting in Havasu, feet up on a lawn chair?
There's plenty of other days to do that. And I still think, you know, even in retirement, it's important to stay connected to your communities that you've become connected to, and stay in touch with the people that brought you along, you know, surrounding yourself. I learned two things a long time ago. Ask forgiveness, not permission.
Yep.
And then surround yourself with great people, and life gets easy. And this committee, these girls, they are just amazing. You know, some of the things that we struggle with, you got to constantly innovate, Shane. You got to constantly be coming up with things. If we did the same thing every bingo, it'd become boring. So,
yeah.
I mean, these two are like idea generators for, let's make the Daubers Halloween themed, and let's, you know, introduce, what are
Lucky
they called?
balls.
Monkey balls. Yeah.
No,
Lucky
Lucky
balls.
balls.
At
Yeah.
Leap and Bingo.
Not monkey. Not monkey.
No wonder everybody's having fun.
Yeah, right?
What the hell's
So,
going on
but
out
I mean,
there?
yeah, it's not just 10 games and a 50-50. It's the raffles, it's auctions. We've added auctions. We get some big auction items. We've auctioned stuff off for $1,000, you know?
Oh, wow.
So,
We
yeah.
took this last one. We had the 3D printed bulldogs from the junior high. The innovation lab wanted to contribute. You know, they were so honored being the first bingo and starting this whole thing that they 3D printed 10 leprechaun bulldogs for us. So they were green. They had their gold chains, their bling, their 4-leaf clovers. Some had top hats, some had glasses and everything. And we had 10 of them in the room, and we're like, Miss Hanson's like, well, you know, what are we going to do with these? And I was like, well, I have an idea. Let's sell them. so, you know, I was like, you know, first person that puts $5 in the air gets a bulldog off their table. Not every table has one. My apologies. Run and grab it if you want one. And the room just erupted. Like people, one lady's like, I got a 5 in the air. And the other lady's like, I got a 20 in the air. And then we get down to the last couple bulldogs and they're yelling at Medi to auction it off. And he got the last bulldog to go for over $200.
Oh,
And
that's
it was
awesome.
just, and everyone just in the room, when you have the right crowd and the people that understand the goal is just to benefit these kids, it turns into chaos first, but a beautiful chaos. It's beautiful chaos. And then getting the numbers at the end, it's like, yes, we all get our numbers in our head, like, oh, I think we're close to 12, or Medi, I think we're about 15. And then we get the number and we're planning for 15, 16. And then we're like, it's $19,000. And we're like, we managed to do even better than what our expectations were. So it's the fact that it can still blow us away, I think, is what makes it fun for us.
So you got anything special planned for the Cinco de Mayo one? What's the unique twist for?
Pinatas.
So we are gonna reach out to local businesses. The one thing we're doing this year, which we introduced last year, and everyone it's coming back by popular demand, is the blind pinatas. So last year we had 4 businesses go out and purchase a pinata, and you can stuff it with anything appropriate. Please stay away from adult-only stores. But I
No
mean,
confetti.
no confetti, no glitter.
No
But
glitter. That's
No
very
glitter,
wise.
no confetti.
Probably learned from
they could
experience.
stuff it with whatever they wanted. And a funny story, and I got to go with Butch. So Butch Redmond last year managed to win in auction the pinata that was sponsored by the Bullhead Area Chamber of Commerce, right? Those girls were amazing. They went out and they got a bull for Bullhead and they stuffed it full of buzz balls and shots and this and that and the other, which was fun.
Well, that sounds on brand for them.
So I knew what was in this pinata, and then Butch wins the thing, and he was like, "I'm so excited to take this home to my grandkids," and I was like, "No, you're not." So funny enough, me and Felicia are behind the bar, and we're just like ripping the alcohol out of this thing as someone ran to Walmart to get candy and fill for it, because he did. But it was a fun experience. We had Serenity last year stuffed one, and I think they stuffed it with all kinds of
Facial
glam
stuff,
stuff
yeah.
with glamour in and everything like that. And you just have no idea what's in them. And we auction them off, and all that money goes towards the cause and everything. So we're definitely going to be looking for the 4 to 5 sponsors this year. On top of that, our bingo committee, we come together, we pool funds, and we additionally stuff a pinata full of money. So whoever, it could be anyone that's pinata that's given to us. If there's room, we go ahead and stuff like anywhere. I think we stuffed $300 in it last year. And
You don't know which one has the money
No
stuff.
one knew which one was stuffed full of money either. So then they had that higher expectation too of the auctions. And I think one lady actually bought 3 pinatas because she wanted to find the one with money.
Do you put one pinata with a lot of really bad things in it? So like it's like a game.
So we
like
did not
here you
see
got
that.
absolutely nothing.
Yeah, no. So we were asked.
Be funny. I don't know how much they'd
We were
appreciate
asked
it.
last year if they could do a zinger pinata.
Yeah.
And we chose to steer clear of it just
because of how much they're auctioning it, like what they're buying
they go for like a pretty significant amount of money. Like if you want to stuff one full of dirty socks, but then also put $500 cash in with
You're
those
good.
dirty socks, I think that's okay. But
Takes the zinger out of the zinger.
Yeah, it takes a little bit of the sting out of it.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah,
no.
for sure.
So we're definitely looking forward to doing the pinatas again this year, and then tacos and margaritas. Do we need more than that?
Not around here, you don't.
Yeah. So
Nope.
I feel like you guys live in cruise mode. You're like, let's see, what's the theme? What's the special? Where are the drinks?
Yeah.
So
Let's go.
Ironically, when we were on the cruise, one of the
We went
things
to
we
bingo.
did is we went to bingo, and Leo from London was amazing. We talked to him, we told him what we did. He actually does come out to Vegas from time to time, so he says next time he's out here, he definitely wants to come down and check out one of our bingos because it sounds really fun. They did take a couple of our ideas from bingo, and he said he was going to see if he could implement them on the cruise ship. So I'm excited to see the next cruise we go on if they have updated their bingo.
Very cool.
Yeah.
You guys are putting bingo out into the world.
Yeah. And there's a way to do it too. So we do have a format of how you are a recipient of our bingos. It isn't just like you come and tell us, hey, I want a bingo, and that's how it goes. we have a form that you fill out. We start accepting applications towards July and August, and then we close it in September. And our bingo committee gets together and we go through and say, okay, like this is what they want to use it for. This is what, and we all vote on it together as a committee of who our 5 will be for like 2027 coming up.
Yeah.
We already have some applications that people are like, hey, can we turn ours in? And I was like, not yet. You know, we don't open it up yet. We don't. And each person or each entity or organization that does want a bingo, there's stipulations of how you can have bingo. And on the back of the forms, we require it's a partnership. It's a 50-50. This is what we require of you. And then this is what we'll be
They're out there
giving you.
selling tables. They're out there helping find game sponsorships and everything. And one of our main mans, Medi, he believes in a hand up, not a hand out.
Mm-hmm.
So every beneficiary that we've had with a bingo has been asked to give back in some kind of way, whether they come out and they assist with our park cleanups or
We had the cheerleading team paint the bathrooms.
And stuff.
We had the River Valley basketball team digging power lines out at the park to get lights up over the ball fields and everything. So it's amazing to see that, you know, we're not only helping these kids, but they're growing from the learning process too. And, you know, they're learning to really work for what they want. And by doing the hand up, it's a great partnership with us. And
Something we've learned over the years is when you just give, it's not always appreciated the way you think it would be.
Yeah.
And when people are involved and they work for it a little bit, or they're, you know, legitimately partners or people that, you know, are part of what we do, it always goes way better for both parties. It's, you wouldn't think it'd be that. You think it'd be like the big handout would be the most gracious, and that's not always the case.
yeah.
Yeah, very surprising.
So we have Bingo de Mayo coming up for Traces in August. We will have our hot August bingo, and that
Do
will
how
be,
many in a year?
So we do
Do
5.
you remember all 5? I
Yes.
won't put you on the spot.
Yes. So
I'm sure Dom's got
New
notes or
Year's,
something.
New Year's bingo, and then we have
Leap and
Bingo de Mayo,
Leap and bingo.
or Leap and Bingo. Sorry, see. Leap and Bingo, Bingo de Mayo, and Hot August Bingo. And then Wicked Bingo is our Mojave Sunrise Rotary one. And then we do one for Boys and Girls Club. It's called Cupid's Bingo. We do partner with them, and they host it and everything. We're there. We do, we help registration, and we do the bingo calling and everything like that. And then I know this year we have a new one with Bullhead Rotary, Laughlin Rotary, and Mojave Sunrise Rotary coming up on September 11th
Trifecta
at
bingo.
the field house. It's a trifecta bingo, and all the money that is earned or collected and raised, it goes to the fire academy for the college.
Oh, very cool.
So yeah,
That's a
the
good-
program there. So if any of the kids are going there and they need grant money or something like that, or it's
And the
their
fact that we were
scholarships.
able to secure it on 9/11,
Yes.
like I'm hoping we can get a lot of people out there just to show, because the fact that it's going to the fire academy, that everyone knows where they were that day. So
Not everyone. Have you talked to some of these young people?
Yeah.
Okay, well,
I'm not picking on
I'm
young
sorry.
people.
I
got a
know where
couple.
I was.
Some of them were indicted.
We're all very much know exactly where we were. And young people are
Mine-
like, oh yeah, that was that thing, right? And you're like, no, it was way more than that thing. What are you talking about that
Yeah,
thing?
no, it was a real experience. My daughters came home from school this year. They go to YSA, and they did a whole thing on learning about 9/11 and everything. And my 9-year-old comes home and she's like, "Mommy, I got to tell you about this event. You won't believe." And I was like, "That is the day America
It's
stood
so
still
still.
and we forgot how to breathe." Like, I understand. I was in first hour. It was history. We started off watching the news, and it just literally the shit hit the fan from there. So
Yes.
I was like, that's a day I'm so excited. I'm more excited about that bingo than any of them this year, because I know we're going to blow them out of the ballpark. I know Larry Kendrick's going to make Bingo de Mayo amazing. I know River Valley's going to show up and support theirs, and they're going to have a great turnout. But I'm really excited for this one. And I'm excited to see that we get all of our other Rotarians to come in and do it with us. So it's not just Sunrise doing it on their
Yeah,
own.
and you know, talk about going full circle, going back to the fire academy, which is unbelievable. When I was a kid, getting into a fire academy or having an opportunity was tough. There was a list. You got weeded out pretty thoroughly. and getting opportunity to be in the fire academies. And now there are places that can't hire firefighters. They can't get enough help. They can't get kids to pass the thing. So, and I mean, there's something we need in town. It's, fire and EMT and all that other stuff. I mean, it seems crazy that that's where there's a shortfall, and hopefully not so much in our town, but I do hear about it in other places. And
Well, hopefully this funding will help the next generation realize there's opportunity there and definitely growth in their own backyard.
my one of my wide receivers in high school is Chief Flummer, and I'm like, that's buddy's chief. How the hell did that happen?
Yeah, right.
But
I remember when he started.
yeah, well, me too. His dad was in the fire department, and that was his thing from day one. And he just stepped right in, moved right along. And I used to see him. He's my age, no surprise, right? We're not young fellas anymore. And he'd be out there, whatever supervisory role he had, and he'd be marching up and down the bleachers,
Oh my gosh.
staying in shape and all the other stuff. We were out coaching football. And I just really admired that. I thought, man, he just never stopped. He hasn't phoned it in. He's not just sitting behind a desk, although he does sit behind a desk a lot. So, but anyway, good to hear, and I'm happy to support that, and all the fire departments out here. I'm sure they all can use a little support. So, now we talked a lot about bingo. There's a lot of exciting bingo news, but Sunrise Rotary does a lot more things. Tell me a little bit about some of the other stuff.
So probably number 2 on the money generation fundraising scale is our golf tournament. This year, single golf tournament cleared $30,000. Kirk Barton, kudos to him. He chairs that every year and does a great job with it. And then in some other events that we support our other Rotaries like a Borough Barbecue, Slaborama, those kind of things. So.
And the scholarships that we do
Oh yeah,
too
the
for the
so a lot of
So
this
that was my next question.
Scholarships are out. We need applicants.
Yes. So we're doing a lot of things, generating money, and all of those things come together with the intent of giving it
we
back
don't want
out.
to have any money at the end of the year.
Yes. So where are we sending all this money? We're talking scholarships.
some kids go. We also support RILA.
Yep.
We send a lot of the kids up to RILA, which is the leadership
Leadership
program
Academy.
for
Well,
Rotary.
yeah, and specifically for RILA, after we had started bingo, we had an influx of RILA, and the Rotary, I think it was 2023, we had typically planned in the budget for like 5 students, and we ended up with like 11. And so the bingo money was sufficient enough to send those other 6 kids,
Oh, great.
which was great. So
Yeah.
we try and have nobody turned away.
Okay. So I want to ask you about the scholarships you do. I was amazed when my son went to college. He didn't qualify for like any major government scholarship, like none of that stuff. But there were so many little community scholarships out there, and a lot of them don't even get enough applicants or any applicants in some cases. What are the qualifications for your scholarships that you offer, and what are they?
Scholarships, it's basically end of high school, so 19, 20, up through 25, I believe.
was gonna say, I think
Got to
it's
be in that
25.
age group. You got to be going on to a 4-year college, obviously, or to your community college. And really, that's it.
Continued education purposes.
Yeah, it's for continuing education purposes. We have an application. The applications are in process right now. And surprisingly, Shane, as you said, we don't get a lot of applicants. I don't know if we're not publicizing it enough, but hopefully this will
Where
help.
do you apply?
So you could get the form, I believe, off of the Mojave Sunrise Rotary website. And I believe there's a link for that. If not, you can always email the email that's on there or on their Facebook page.
Who monitors your Facebook page?
Anita, it does our Mojave Sunrise Rotary, and then myself, Amanda, do the bingo one.
So I assume that it probably needs to go through the
the regular one. Yeah.
Okay.
And if they
Yeah, yeah.
if they message us and we don't
We'll
know the
definitely get
answer,
it
we
to
can
'em.
definitely get them in front of who they need. Another thing is too, if you're looking for sponsorships or scholarships, go to your front office. All the schools know. MEC does amazing ones. We do them. Bullhead Rotary does them. They're so amazing. There's so many amazing scholarships out here that you're right. They're not talking about them enough. And the one thing we want to do is we have an amazing college right here. We have Mojave College, and we're trying to keep our kids local. So we definitely want them to get the funds so that they have that opportunity. And we don't ever want any children to think they don't have help to continue education.
And you
if
know what
that's
was
they
really
want.
interesting? And obviously this is very specific to just my son's experiences. When I finally found out about some of these scholarships, like luckily I'm involved and know a few people, and it was like the same handful of people know about the scholarships, apply for the scholarships, get the scholarships, and
But they
there's
don't tell their
so many.
friends.
Yeah, they don't tell anybody. It's like they want to get their scholarship,
Look,
but you know, there are so many kids that need it, really need
like
it.
last year, the valedictorian from Malk a couple years ago, an amazing scholar. I know him personally. He was invited to Dublin for a special class over a summer program. And he's from here, you know, his parents are both working and everything, but Dublin's, it's a little expensive for this program. And our Rotary was able to step up and help him with a scholarship to go do this 6-week course in Dublin. And when the kid came back and gave us information on it, he had the biggest smile on his face. And it was just amazing to know that there's people out here that are willing to help. All you got to do is ask for help. But the biggest thing is it's like the best kept secret. People don't know where to go to ask.
Yeah. So let's do this real quick, Jeff. You did have their Facebook up or their website, correct?
Yes.
So go
That's our
jump off
Facebook.
the bingo Facebook, go to the website for the Rotary.
I had it.
Well, it's okay if you take a second to find it. You can get this off of there, pull that up, and let's at least show people. Hopefully we can edit this to where we can direct people and people can share it. And the most important thing, I would think, Jeff, can you get that off the screen, please?
Sure.
The most important thing is that you reach out and contact someone, because whether you go to the wrong Facebook page or you reach out personally, you guys will direct them
Yes.
to where they can get the opportunity. And you're not the only group that does that. So hopefully everybody maybe sees this and goes, yeah, I wish we got more applicants. I wish we could help more people. And they put it out there. And, you know, I hate to admit it, but, you know, it's a social media world. You know, you say, hey, go to our website. We put this message on our website, and kids aren't going around scrolling websites, you know. And I'll tell you, I have a hell of a time. I'm not mad at anybody. It just is what it is. These schools are busy.
Yeah, we
I didn't
are.
get a single nominee for Athlete of the Week this week from the schools.
Wow.
And maybe they have reduced games or whatever else. But even that, I don't get a nominee from every school every week. And we're trying to just give that, showcase your kids, highlight good things. But they're so busy. They have so much stuff going
and
on.
state testing right now too.
State testing,
Yeah.
you know, they've got some people getting ready for graduation, some people worried about their current sport.
Coming
You got
up
some,
on prom.
there's a million things going on. And you think it's not that hard. You just walk in and say, hey, what scholarship opportunities are there? Well, there's, you know, 500 kids. There's not enough people. There's not enough support or whatever else. So, sorry, Jeff. I saw you. Go ahead, pop that up there. So let's see what we got. Where do you guys know where you find it? Is it one of the top little drop downs?
I might be towards the bottom, but I know they were revamping everything for our.
Yeah, click around there, Jeff. You're gonna take us on a tour.
Yeah, it's definitely a new website to us. It's
Oh, we got Raceway. We sponsored a Raceway this year.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, we're out there all the time too.
We are very familiar with that dirt track facial.
I went out there and my truck is still filthy. I went to the races. I went to Pittsburgh a couple days later. So then my truck sat at an airport for a couple days. My truck is gross right now.
If you don't find it on our
Gross.
website or anything like that, please, on the Facebook page, the Mojave Sunrise Rotary Facebook
Yeah.
page,
60
there
seconds
is
to
an
write
email
somebody.
address. So, and that goes, I believe, to Matt Hanneran and Anita. They
So Anita
see
runs
that.
the Facebook. Maybe she
Yes.
can find the link,
And
share it on the
post it, yeah.
Facebook. You know, add us. We'll share it. Hopefully, other people will as well, and we can just kind of maybe raise some wares. I actually have a our Instagram page for this show, has a lot of high school kids because we cover
They do a
sports
lot
and
of
things like that.
Instagram.
Oh, good.
And so we can take that, share it to that page, and at least let a bunch of kids know where they can find an opportunity. Is there a set dollar amount? Do you have 10 scholarships at $500? Do you have 5 scholarship at $1,000? What do you guys
It
offer?
varies every year by the amount of money we've raised. The golf tournament is a big player in that, so we raised a lot of money this year. So we may have either more scholarships this year or larger dollar amounts, and that's up to the scholarship committee to define that.
And I'll tell you from my personal experience, boy, there's a lot of little sneaky things that cost money when you send a kid to college. I mean, this is very minor, and fortunately, he's fairly self-sufficient. But Benjamin's had a nail in his tire. That's not a scholarship thing, but that's all that little stuff just
Maintenance,
sneaks up on you. You got all kinds of weather. You had to buy different clothes. You had to buy a window scraper. I mean, all these little random things pop up in addition to books, school, food, whatever else.
Housing.
And that little, $500 here or there ends up being very appreciative. So
I got
all
a
you young folks out
freshman
there.
new driver, she's got her car and everything. She's like, "Hey, Mom, I need gas this week." I'm
Uh-huh.
like, "Yep, I got chores for you to do."
Yeah. So luckily, like I said, Benjamin's, done pretty well. He's not too crazy, although this is a funny story. Poor Benjamin has to get talked about on every show I go on. So I go to Pittsburgh. He picks me up at the airport. We go watch Pirates home opener. Get decent seats, $100 a piece. Have a great time. We're sat up real high, whatever else. It's a beautiful day. Great time. Pirates win. This kid, Connor Griffin, makes his debut, gets a hit. Great day. So we decide, hell, we're going to go back another day. Same thing. Find some seats, about $100 a piece. This is awesome. So I'm back home. Benjamin calls me. He's like, "Dad, I'm going to go to another Pirates game. I found a thing on the student page. I got a ticket for $15.
Oh my gosh.
I'm like,
Where was
I
that
just
2 days ago?
Yeah. So I can tell him I was a student. I'm sure you could have finagled something, but I laugh, and that was one of the upsides. They got a lot of cool deals for students when you get to college, and
Yeah.
but it made me laugh. I was like, you got a $15 ticket? That's some BS.
And I don't know if a lot of people know, we do have Las Vegas Aviators, and I went to my first game.
It's a cool ballpark.
Yes, it is a very cool, but
Very
they
cool
have
ballpark.
$15 to $20 tickets for students. It even goes down even for Little League and everything to $10.
Yeah.
I mean, it's an hour and 90
So
or an hour
eventually, I believe they're building the A Stadium up there now.
I'm waiting.
And it's the Diamondbacks put jerseys on the kids of all these local
Yes.
baseball teams, baseball, softball too, I
Go
think. I'm not sure.
Diamondbacks.
And it's really cool, but it's 3 hours away.
It is.
It's
That's why
really
I don't
tough
go.
to just,
Yeah.
man, when that's in Vegas,
I'm there. I'm
Yeah.
season tickets. I'm
it's going to be
I'm
really
ready to
cool.
go.
Yep.
My mom is a Phillies fan, and she's like, she wants to see.
Kicked you out of the family, huh?
No, kicked her out of the family. I'm a Diamondback. She's a Phillies, so sometimes it gets kind of funny. But we want to go. I want to take her to go see the Phillies. I
That would
took
be
her to
really
see
cool.
Diana Ross. I want to take her to see Phillies, and then she's good to go.
Yeah.
I mean, not die, but just good to go. I mean, she's good to go. I didn't mean it
Life's
that way.
complete, Ma. Have a good one.
I didn't mean it that way. I was like,
Bucket
oh.
list check.
Yeah. Boy, that was the last piece on the bucket list, huh?
Because she said, she's like, oh, I'm gonna be well, I forgot how she said she's never gonna see Diana Ross, and that was a month and a half kept secret we had to do.
Yeah.
She's coming to Vegas, and I had already bought Christmas tickets for her in October, and then Christmas I gave them to her, and she just was like, "Are you serious?" She's like, "I actually get to see her before I die," and I'm like, and then now the Phillies, we're checking those boxes off for you.
Listen, Mom, you better start adding some new things to that bucket list.
Yeah.
know.
Oh, yeah.
What
She
else do you
did.
want?
Africa.
Yeah,
She
yeah.
added Africa.
There you go.
So I was like,
Go big. I like it.
Yeah.
Very
You're
cool.
gonna go on that one by yourself.
But yeah, no, Rotary we keep going. I know another big project we have going on this morning that we were talking about is, we do have a park out in Mojave Valley.
Mhm.
We do have
Park
the community park out there. We have our park cleanup coming up on April 25th. It's open to the community to come out and support. We have some amazing groups coming out there. I know we have River Valley, YSA, the church is coming out. So we have all these key players that are coming out. It is it's a near and dear project. It's our park, so we're excited
Yeah,
to
it's
see
our
these
baby.
kids.
Medi was the spearhead of this many, many years ago, and it's grown into quite quite a project. It is one of the largest. It is the largest dog park in the state, and is one of the largest regular parks in the state. Mojave Electric, got to be a big shout out to them. They provided all the lighting for that. Hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of lighting.
Yeah.
And the goal of this is for us to get it to a point where it's self-sufficient, and or not self-sufficient, but it's fairly complete, and then hand it over to the county. And
I was just gonna say, so it's a unique situation because you got. I mean, it's essentially not a private park, but the city doesn't run it.
Kind
It's
of privately owned by
self-funded,
Rotary. Yep.
right? And funny story. I'll embarrass myself a little bit. Hopefully, Medi doesn't remember this, but
You will now.
So I go to one of these early Rotary meetings. There's 6, 7 of us sitting there eating. And he's talking about this park and this park and this park. And I was like, why don't we just do it where there's actually people? And Medi was like, that is our park. How dare you? And to where it started, when I was like, you talking about that patch of grass out there with some telephone poles?
That's the way it started.
To what it is now, the things that are hosted out there, and how much it's grown and improved, and the amount of support and things that have gone out to that park is amazing. I don't remember how long it's been, but it's, so shout out to Medi for cluing me in on what the park was.
We just added the ADA playground. I
Yeah.
mean, that was a huge thing.
The peace poll just went up.
The Egg Palooza, which usually the chamber does at the field house, couldn't get the date. We just did it at the park this past weekend. 50,000 eggs, and there was none left.
packed.
So
You ever see that meme where it's like, your kid can't pick up their room in 3 days,
Yes, but they can pick
they'll
up
pick
the
up
egg.
500 eggs
Like
in,
that.
in 5 minutes,
But when it comes to our park, one concept comes to mind, and it's really well known. If you build it, they will come. So we're building it, and trust me, they are coming. Between the football teams and the Little League and flag football, soccer, it gets used and abused, and you know what? We absolutely love it. Matt runs that schedule. God bless him for overseeing that, making sure that anyone and everyone can use the park when it's available. And a shout out to our community too. Like, they use it and abuse it, but they're not tearing it up. Like, I'm very thankful we don't deal with the graffiti too much, the trash and stuff like that. When we have park cleanups, people show up in force to help us. And I mean, we're building it out here to support our community and provide a safe place for our kids. We're getting ready to start on the snack bar. So Medi was talking about that this morning.
Two-story concession.
The 2-story concessions going
That's what
up.
I like to hear.
We are waiting on Little League just to make sure that they get their full season and everything, and it's not in the way of the kids out there. Little League asked; they said they needed more lights for the field, so Rotary stepped up, and Medi showed up in force, and there's lights out there so they can play because it gets dark. So I mean,
So I went out to a Desert Star football game one day, and they hosted their games there, and they had a ton of people, whatever else. And then on another field over there, I want to say maybe it's the Little Devils were practicing. There was some baseball or something going on, and I feel like that's the vision that drives people. Is you show up to this park, and there's people from all different walks, all different worlds out there enjoying it, and it's somebody's creation, somebody's idea, and
they do cornhole tournaments out there. We get the Renaissance out there. They use it.
they go out and dress up and fight each other.
They do. They come out and do it. We've had camp in the park where we've gone out there and we've allowed people to come and set up at tents and campers and stuff. We have the chili cook-off out there. We do
First
the
responders.
first responders picnic out there.
I know you guys are full of ideas. I don't know how much more you can fit out there. Like, do you
Matt's
guys
a lot more.
got his hand full.
Yeah, I
juggling
bet.
that
We
schedule.
have ideas already for what there's a couple things we
I
want
was
to
gonna
do.
say, what is there like a grand ambition of, man, if we could pull this off at the park, this would be.
We're there.
We're sitting there.
Just getting the field, starting with fields, and then getting kids there, and then getting the lights there, and getting poles put up, and building the Little League. Little League, they were the only ones that had to pay for fields to play on. So they needed a safe, reliable place to play, and now we have how many fields out there for them? They've taken them
Bunch.
all. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's just it's amazing to see that, you know, someone had a vision, and you go back to, if you build it, they will come, and they do. They use it all the time, and it's great. You know, just I've gone out there. My kids, my little 9-year-old daughter, she was a tackle football player. I know, pray for me sometimes. Going out there and just watching not only my practice going on over here, but having the cheerleaders over in the corner doing it, and then having, you know, the family that just wanted to blow off steam, and dad's out there pitching balls and the kids batting and stuff. Even though it's not practice time, they're out there playing. And then, you know, the kids go out there, especially once we introduced the ADA playground, they opened it up to a whole nother possibility of kids coming out there. And the dog, you can't go out there. The dog park, I've never seen it not being in use.
Yeah, it's always
you
in
get the
use.
dogs out there and they get out and they can play, and it's just there's always something to go on, even just to sit there and listen to the quiet around you. It's a beautiful location.
It's a good walking track too. Like if you just want to go out there and start walking
Yeah.
and just walking.
Get
But the
laps in.
greatest thing is that Rotary does not charge for organizations to use these fields. Like these organizations, these schools, whatever that they need to use them for, they don't charge. So they're getting the use of these fields at no cost.
And no one's ever told, no, you can't use it. You can be told, well, maybe that date's not the time frame you might not need. Can you shuffle it a couple hours and we can get you out? So we literally are stacking teams right after the next so that everyone can utilize it, because we don't want to turn anybody away.
What a great problem to have, though.
Yes,
it is a
it
great problem
is.
to have.
You know, what a great problem to have.
Yeah, I mean, I wish we could put 6 more fields out there, because they would get used. But the same aspect too, it's people are very thankful for what they do have and what is available.
Well, and you know, you're getting into a unique problem where you have people who have always had access to the park. They forget what it was like just a few years ago when you had one little league field for that whole area, or at one and a half. Was that like Dusty Bowl field next to the actual field or whatever? And so you have people that are just, man, I want to get more time. They forget there was a time where there was no fields. You know, you were out practicing in a dirt patch and hoping for the best. So
Well, that, and then you have all those kids too that live all the way out there that, you know, with mom and dad's work schedule, they couldn't get them to Rotary Park in Bullhead or down to Community Park down in Bullhead.
More
to get
convenience
them to
now.
them and everything. So now having this location here, it's really helping with the Fort Mojave Valley, and some Needles kids that are coming out and using it too.
Our friends across the river to come from Needles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
you know, and it's funny you mentioned Needles, because Needles has their own thing, but they have, you know, I mean, they've got I don't want to say problem, but they just don't have a lot of people out there, you know, so they're limited in what they do. And so it's the more cooperation there is, the better. I'm pretty sure the Needles football coach is actually helping on this side of the river now. And he's a good football guy. So I'm always going back to like all the football stuff, and I'm like,
I'm watching.
that's a good football guy going over there, you know?
When the Traces, when you guys do your ACES awards and everything, and it's Needles. I was like, Needles knows something about sports, guys.
Yeah.
They
Well, I'll
do.
tell you. So, and I'll tell you what I think they know is they're very community oriented, and they start young. Whether they be, you know, over at the tribal gyms or they're in their rec league, and they play together from the time they're young kids to the time that they are out of high school. And you know, they play in a small division, but if you look at where some of those kids have gone and played in college and been successful, I mean, they really, really have it down right. And I always say that every time we go out, me and Jeff go out and do Athlete Week in Needles, and you know, you'll see a random person. We'll stop by River City Pizza sometimes, or
That's good pizza, man.
River
Come
City, or we'll go to what's the other place we like to go? Wagon
Wagon
Wheel.
Wheel.
We go at Wagon Wheel and get a
Sushi.
plate of biscuits. It's just not, I'm not proud of that, but
Those biscuits are
and
good.
they'll ask us. You're here for an Athlete of the Week. A random stranger. We don't know who they are. Oh, so and so had a good game.
Yeah.
Oh, was it Jalen Garcia this time? Oh yeah, she's great. She's going whatever. I mean, they're just clued in on each other, and everyone's invested in it. And I always, when we leave there, I always go, man, I wish we could just have that vibe here
It's
in
the
this
90s
community.
Vibe. It's the vibe that
It's-
we grew up with.
Yes.
Like, in our
It's
smart
coming
neighborhoods.
back,
Like Needles
man.
still has that. So if we could just create that from bridge to bridge over here.
Yes.
I mean, Medi, it always comes back to Medi, but Medi is
At
big,
Medi,
big for
boy,
the
I'll
soccer
tell ya.
team, the college
Yeah,
soccer team. And
the
while you may
soccer.
not have students in the college right now,
Somebody
or-
did something good. Good
I
job,
know.
guys.
Yeah!
We're clapping
Hey, good
somewhere.
job,
We just
guys.
want support.
That's our
We don't know
PDC
what
department.
happened. We love it though. Let's go.
He's always telling people show up for soccer. Even if he got me one time and I went out there and I volunteered at the snack bar and I know nothing about soccer. And I'm sitting there and I'm working the snack bar with Meddy and Meddy's explaining to me everything that's going on. And I look over and Gerald Beasley stands next to me and she's going like this. And then she looks off at the mountains. And I
You're gonna
was
turn
we
left,
joking
right,
because it's like,
left,
are you
right.
getting motion sickness? But I knew nothing about soccer, but the
Yep.
community showing them coming out and supporting it, it's amazing. And you know, we did the blue wall at River Valley where we had our Rotarians show up for one of their senior basketball games just to show up. I don't have students at River Valley, but I went and I've never watched a basketball game, but that was fun. You know, they had the smallest guy on the team, I think, got the most shots. He was doing
Oh,
great.
we know who that one is.
Yes. So
Well, they got two little guys who
Nash.
shoot a lot. So
She was
Nash
talking to
and
Nash
then
about
Homer,
Nash.
they both are very good basketball players, and they are not tall people.
I was
And so
sitting
you go
there.
watch, you're like, there's all these giants, and these two guys just light up the
I
floor.
was there when he did his
joking because like
1,000.
Nat's
Yeah,
just going and he's
pretty
just going
cool.
and going and going, and I was like, have they not realized that if they get the ball in that hand, that kid's getting a shot? And I'm like, it was fun watching it because watching that kid, like he saw it. He was 5 moves ahead of everybody. He knew where he was going, and I'm sitting there going, all I got to do is watch this kid, and I know what's going on. And it was amazing. It was a great game. They won that night. I wound up going to another game after that, and
They had a great season.
yeah, they did.
So we had them on the show, and not only did they have a great season, but I think they improved by like 19 wins or 15 wins or something
Yeah.
crazy from the previous season,
Right.
which is unheard of. It's really, I can't wait to see what they do next year because they got a lot of really good young talent. They got a great, same thing we talked about, you know, Needles kind of has a culture building,
Mhm.
and they've got really good coaches invested. They've got
Yes.
good support from their administration, and they got parents who are locked in, and that's kind of a winning formula. You know, you can't have any one piece of it. You got to
And
have
they're
it all.
bringing all of that back to bingo in August, and it's going to be a great night. You're not going to want to miss it.
It's pretty cool. Talking about Medi and soccer, I remember Medi has this vision, and at the time there was zero discussion about soccer at the college.
Yeah.
And so we're talking, I don't know, 10 plus years ago. And sure as shit, he pulled it off. You know?
Right.
I don't know how directly he pulled it off, but
There's
he
definitely
talked about it
soccer
way
background.
back then. He talked about how we get these kids at AYSO where we invest so heavily, and then we get them into high school, and then they just vanish into the wind, or they don't have an option to even stay here. And
Now they do.
the guy pulled it off.
It's all about trying. He is the biggest promoter there is about let's keep our kids local. You know, all these other states, all these other colleges, all these other towns have all these amazing opportunities for the younger kids. Why can't we do that right here? Give that opportunity to our kids before they have to go somewhere else and find it. So that's amazing. I'm looking forward to seeing what sports comes next because they do have 3 campuses. So, you know, I'm sure Kingman and Havasu are looking forward to getting sports programs and everything. I just want to know when Bullhead's getting that football team. That's what we need. We need that football team out here because we have a huge football community. We have a
Listen,
huge.
you're
Preaching
going to
to
get
the
me
choir.
talking here.
Preach it to the choir. Preach it to the
Yeah.
choir.
So not only do we have a really good nucleus of football in the area,
Yeah.
you know, over the last couple years, we had a lot of success from a lot of teams, whether it be some Kingman teams. Havasu had a great year. Multiple teams here in this area, River Valley, Mojave, Mauk, Desert Stars on the rise. There's a lot of good things going. And in the football world, this corner of Arizona is a black hole.
Mm-hmm.
If you're not in the Phoenix area, it's really hard to get attention. If you're not competing in that Phoenix area, it's really hard to get attention. Those kids in Prescott and Flag, they get NAU attention, they get whatever. We're in a
We're
black
stuck.
hole, and we're right by Vegas, but we're in another state. For some reason,
Oh, yeah,
it's
but
like
the-
there's a wall.
Yeah.
It's the weirdest thing ever. So
But in the NYS program out in Vegas, though, holy mind blown when we went
Oh,
out
I
there
know.
for that. Like, those kids are not there for football. They are there to play ball. Like, and I'm pretty sure some of those 12-year-olds were 21. I thought we saw them at the bar the night before. But I mean, those are some big kids, and they bring that big personality to the field, and it's amazing. I'm hoping that in the next 5 years we can see football out here grow.
yeah, it
beyond
would be
just
great.
high
I'd love
school.
to see it.
Yeah.
You know, that NYS program is where we took our kids who were all either graduating or graduated from Mojave, and went up there and took a lot of lumps and, you know, learning curves. But I mean, I think, shoot, half dozen of those kids went to play in college or are in college. There's probably another 5 or so. I'm going to Nathaniel's got a commitment. I think he's signing his commitment stuff on Friday, so that'll be another one. And all those kids played in that NYS program in Vegas.
That's an amazing
A
program.
whopping 16 or 18 bullhead kids would go up there and play every weekend for
Wow.
years. And the end result being a bunch of really, really talented athletes.
Mhm.
And but you're right, it is no joke.
It is not. So
It is very intense. And this is also interesting. I don't know, you know, how closely you're going to pay attention, but a lot of the kids that they played against played nationally in Division I a couple years later. So those kids that we had in high school, those kids they played against, they went to, you know, Bishop Gorman, wherever else, and then they went to Washington, they went to UNLV,
Right.
they went to USC. And so these kids they played against are on national television playing in bowl games and doing whatever else. And so there's a really, really good opportunity to learn a lot and get better in Vegas, but it's not easy.
it's definitely not easy, and a lot of the local teams down here are definitely bringing that vibe here and helping our kids grow. And you know, I'm looking forward to the day that we have our NFL player right here from our own backyard.
Yeah.
So, and there's a couple of them, like I got bets on a couple of them that we know already. So
Mine's baseball, all baseball.
Yeah. You know, even our baseball,
Yes.
we have a couple of little hot spots for baseball. You know, I don't know if you know, there's a kid from Needles who played a couple of years ago who I believe just signed a D1. He went to a JUCO and signed a big D1 in, gosh, I feel bad, South Carolina maybe. And big 6'4" pitcher. And he came from little tiny Needles. And River Valley's got a really good baseball team right now. I mean, they've got
Yes,
some
they
kids
do.
who are committed. God, I feel bad. Cochise, they go to Cochise. They better not be watching. They should be in class right now.
Right?
But anyway, very, very talented group. And they're coming together like as a team. So they're going to have an opportunity to have a playoff run this year. So there are things. And if we could get everybody kind of up to the same, you know, same level to where, you know, we can justify saying, hey, man, we got 50 kids in the area that are good baseball players. Let's go build a team. Let's get a community college here. Why the hell do they got to go 8 hours across the state to go play community college ball, spend all this money, all this whatever, and hopefully that comes together. But
Yeah, there's one kid I'm waiting for his first time at MLB. I told him I will be there. It's Ryan Mady. I watched him from Little League when my daughter was playing, and then he has just excelled. I told his mom, Kim, I'm like, when he is drafted, even for if he goes minors and then whatever, I'm like, I will be there.
Yeah.
Because he is.
we went and watched that Pirates game in
amazing.
Pittsburgh, and they debuted this new rookie. He's like top prospect in baseball. He's 19 years old.
wow.
19-year-old kid, started at shortstop, got a hit, just signed a 9-year, $150 million deal.
Wow.
19 years old.
19.
That's amazing.
I'm
though.
sitting next to my
That is-
19-year-old son. I'm like, I don't know, son. What the hell is that? You know? But, you know, like we're so in awe of this kid. You know,
That's
he's
amazing.
doing
though.
interviews. He's doing a thing. He's
That
getting
is awesome.
19 years old.
Yeah.
It's amazing. So
It's
pretty cool.
It is. It truly is. We have an amazing community, and that's the thing is anything we do, the community shows up in force. So
And on the flip side of the sports, you know, we've got our academics now.
We
got
do,
the 4-year
yes.
college. There's a bunch of programs now that are 4 years at Mojave College. That innovation lab, you know, we'd be remiss. They were our first bingo.
Yep.
We'd be remiss if we didn't shout out to Cole Young and the team
yeah.
at that innovation lab. They are now digging deep into AI. These kids are coming out of there just
Your
they're
favorite
doing
subject,
amazing
right?
things.
They're going to dig themselves right out of a career. Good job.
No,
All right.
I will have to, they just finished those EV carts. Like that was cool. Like that was awesome to see.
Yeah, that's good.
So
I'm in awe of that innovation lab. I'm sitting there looking at it like, where was this when I was a kid?
Right.
Yeah.
I wasn't the book kid. I was the hands-on kid. Like
Didn't exist.
Exactly.
until a few years ago.
And the thing with it is we were just at Camp Mojave this morning, and they have like the introductory thing that they're doing out there
And with
for
their
this
STEM,
into the middle
too.
school with their STEM program and everything, and that's amazing. So now we just got to get River Valley or Mojave on board so that can continue through high school.
So they
Because
don't lose it right after 8th
Yeah,
grade.
never
They can
forget it.
continue.
college is bringing on stuff for it too. So
After we did the bingo, and then I don't know what period of time went by, but Cole Young called me and he said, "Oh my God, Verizon got
Yes.
wind of us,
yeah,
and they just gave us a I don't remember the $2.4 million grant."
Yeah.
I'm like, "Oh, that is so awesome!"
And they featured them in like a commercial and everything like that. I mean, it was pretty. It's amazing
Yeah.
what they have done with
Pretty
that
cool.
innovation lab.
So
A lot of good things going on in the community.
yeah.
Yep, and we're going to continue to be backing it and helping them succeed.
You know, one of the other things that's really nice for these kids is that they can get a lot of their schooling done while in high school.
Yeah, the
And,
dual classes.
Yeah.
See, I wish they had that when I was there, when I was in school.
I wouldn't have done that when I was there anyway, but
And my
It is
daughter's
cool
doing
that
the
they offer
nursing.
it.
She's doing freshman
Yeah.
and then she's doing nursing, and I'm like, God bless you.
yes,
So
I'm not doing it. I got somebody is, so that's a job that's safe from AI. So.
she doesn't know it right now, but when she, gets into the nursing program or does her nursing and all that, I'm like, now she can take care of me.
Yeah, that's what I keep. My daughter wants to be a vet,
Oh.
and I said, can't you just do people instead? Like I'm gonna need some help in a few years here. Like,
So we joke
what are we
about-
doing?
We joke about that all the time. We have an amazing friend, and his oldest daughter is going to be a dentist. She's actually looking at going to Thailand for schooling because that's supposed to be like top notch and everything. So that's amazing. I was like, we got the dentist. She wants to be a nurse. We got the nurse. My daughter's
We're set.
adamant she's being a lawyer. My little one, she hasn't figured it out yet. And I'm sitting there going, can I negotiate with you on what you want to do? Because like I'm lining my ducks up right now.
And those ducks are cruises. Like
Yes.
we're just gonna be like retired cruising around the world, and then we'll be like,
Yeah.
oh, our paychecks
I just
due.
really was hoping my daughter would be like, all right, bring dad in here. Let's see if we can keep him alive a little longer. But in all honesty, she might be able to do that as a vet. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
just give me
that is
some
true.
horse medication. I'll be all right.
Right.
So
Yeah.
it's basically the same thing,
As
but
long as
better,
it's not a
right?
tranquilizer, right?
Yeah, it'll be fine. So, anything else immediate on the up and coming? We're doing this live, so we'll get some clips out, whatever else. What is on the immediate forefront for everybody?
I know our Bingo de Mayo.
Bingo tomorrow is
Yeah.
huge for us.
Yep.
It's May 1st. Location to be announced.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully, we're back at our home at Los Lagos. If not, we will be partying it up at the downstairs chamber, and still hope to have Los Lagos as part of that. Rather, they're coming out and they're working out of a food truck to provide the food and everything, and then immediately followed right into Borough Barbecue the next day. So
And then Murphy Broadcasting.
Boy, that's going to be a rough morning at
Yeah.
the barbecue
Yeah.
for some people.
And then
I know how you guys are.
and then Murphy Broadcasting and Feral Cat Warriors. We have teamed up. We are bringing a pet
That's last
expo.
year's.
So it is the Nikki Reagan Memorial Possibilities Pet Expo on April 18th at Community Park. This is our first one. People have been asking us like, hey, we want to do a pet expo and bring a whole bunch in. There'll be adoptions from different of our local organizations, stuff for kids. There's going to be trainers. I mean, it's just going to be,
and that's
it's our
amazing-
first one. So
That's with the
we're
Feral Cat
going to,
Warriors out of Kingman. They're not
So
just
the
in-
cats are feral or the people are feral?
probably
I
both.
don't know yet, but we'll figure it out while we're there.
That is a real
No, that's
vague
last
name. I
year's.
don't know.
Oh, that's
I
last
need
year's.
more answers.
Yep,
Yeah, that's last
flyer.
year's.
Okay, sorry.
Just swap the the 2 for 1, and it's May 1st.
May
Yeah,
1st.
it should be on there though, because that one has the Bighorn
All right.
logo on it.
That's
But
all I
yeah.
can find.
Oh,
yeah.
it's under it should be under the events, but it's okay. I'll send it to you again.
I'll put a link in the chat too.
That'll
Yeah.
work.
But
So,
yeah, no,
yeah.
just constantly going. We definitely are firm believers. I have this motto that I say all the time: to be part of a community, you have to be in the community in some aspect. You know, you can be part of a community and sit behind a computer like Jeff's doing. He's over there. He's behind the computer. Big shout out to you. He's always in the community in some aspect.
Always in
He's
the
filming
community.
it. He's documenting it. He's posting it. For us, the way we show it is we're out there. We're feet in the ground. We're hosting bingos. We're hosting Holly Jolly and doing the toy give back for that. We're the soundtrack behind the Boombox Parade. The soundtrack behind the boat parade.
4th of July.
4th of July. Rockets over the river.
America
Letters to the
250.
America
stars.
250,
Working
yeah.
with Yeah. So I mean, just to be part of a community, you really have to be involved in the community. So we try to do that every day.
Yeah.
We,
I feel like a lot of people just show up and think things happen. I don't think
They
they,
don't, but I
realize
know
What
what goes
happens
how
behind
hard
the scenes?
so many
Yeah.
people work for, you know, the boombox parade is actually a great example because
Yeah.
a lot of
Much
people
work
just
goes
show
on.
up and they're like, all right, this is awesome.
Hours.
And I could
'cause
just
we're on
tell
the
you
committee.
from the participant side, you know, we have mechanics who spend hours building a float. We have people who go and buy decorations, come up with ideas, go around rally volunteers, take time out of their day, come in on their day off, go out and participate. That's just one of how many, couple hundred
and
floats
they
this
make
year?
it look so easy too.
Yeah, some of those floats definitely
We
weren't easy.
we definitely we spend hours putting the soundtracks together, and then we get going and we start the music, and everyone's going good. Everyone tunes into the same, so it's consistently all the way through. And then we have one little hiccup, and the next thing you know, you see us running down the parade,
Jumping in the back of a
jumping in the
trailer.
back of the trailer while it's still moving, and then trying to jump out of the trailer while it's still moving,
Walk
and
in the
just
park.
make it look
Yeah.
seamless. And but it's for the community, and it's worth it. Tripping and landing on your face, jumping out of a trailer is worth it. When as you're picking yourself up to keep going, you look over and you see the smile on
Yes.
these kids' faces, and that's what it's for.
Yeah.
So
Or you see them dancing to the music as it's going by
Yeah.
or something like that.
Yeah. Well, listen, I want to know when candy got so expensive.
oh,
Has it always
yeah,
been that
right?
expensive?
No.
I went and bought candy, me and my daughter, to hand out one year, in addition to what Findlay bought, which was, I want to say, $500 or $700 worth of candy. And I think I spent a couple $100s, and we're handing out candy, and we ran out of candy
Yeah.
before we made the turn. And I was
We
like,
Yeah.
go broke at trunk or treat.
We go broke.
yeah,
Yep, that's what
listen,
we do.
I don't want to rat ourselves out. That's why we quit doing it. I think we spent,
We
this is
do.
back when Rob was there. We spent $1,000 some odd in candy, and we ran out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
it
you're
is.
like, okay,
Because you
I
do
don't know.
so
that we-
many of them too. Because you're
Yeah.
like, I need this much for this one and this
That's
one
when
and this
everyone
one.
just
And
comes together and we do one massive one and just keep passing the candy around. to
Listen,
make
if
sure
you
everyone-
can consolidate the
Right?
fact that we have
I'm
like
not trying.
everyone's like, hey, this is going good. I'm going to start my own.
Right.
Like, oh, hey, that's
Yeah.
I'm going to start my own, and all it does is
Ultimate
dilute
flat-
and dilute
it
and
is-
dilute.
It is flattery in the most absolute kind, because it's flattery. I did it well. I made it look seamless, and you wanted to try it. You're going to go through all the same obstacles we
Yeah.
did the first time
Right.
around. So
But it ends up diluting, and I think it wears people
Yeah.
out. And I wish people were more cooperative, especially, and I understand, we got 2 Rotaries, we got 2 Kiwanuses, we got 2 whatevers. But they are pretty cooperative. They don't
Yeah.
really fight against each
No.
other very much.
all
But you
the
always
same
have
boat.
somebody popping up trying to do what someone else is doing, and it ends up just diluting the amount of people, the amount of money, the benefit, and at some point people like,
Get exhausted.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're like, I thought we already sponsored this. Oh no, that was last week's. That was this company's, and that was this. And
So,
so if people could cooperate a little bit more, I think it'd be better for everyone in the long run. To be more beneficial for the end recipients, which is typically the kids, less fortunate, things
Yeah,
like that.
that's
But
why we've had so many requests for multiple bingos more, and we're like,
yeah,
nope, we're going to
we
stick
got to
with
stick
5.
to 5.
And,
And-
we do make them skip a year too, so it's
Yeah.
every other
Yeah,
year.
they can't be repetitive
Yeah.
back to back or anything like with the trunk or treats this year or last year. There was that time when a lot of the families had lost their SNAP benefits and stuff like that. And people were like, they were doing the trunk or treats. Well, we ended up doing a group of us got together and did the holiday trunk or treat food drive. So we had all our cars lined up and we had food items, non-perishables, and they came around and did that. And we're going to do it again this year.
so that's when I knew we had some issues, is when food pantries didn't get along.
Yeah.
I was like, wait a second. You guys are all trying to feed hungry people, and you're like in competition or rivalry with
Jockeying
one
for
another. Like,
position.
this should be the one thing everyone should be on the same page about, is like, oh, you're feeding people? Good job, guys. We're going to go feed some people,
Yeah,
And
I know Colorado River Food Bank is going to help us out with our next one in November. But we're gonna continue it as long as there's no need for it.
well, and that's the cool thing is, so I apologize. I don't know what's what, but we have gone down, was it Hancock, that food bank down there? Which
Yeah.
one is that?
That's Colorado River Food Bank, and
Okay.
then Praise Chapel.
They do that every day or every week, or we go down over the holidays and volunteer a couple times, and we do a food drive in the dealership. What we provide is a drop in the bucket to what they deal with every day,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and they do it all the time.
Mhm.
So it is so amazing that people like that do things like that.
And ask them about it. They'll tell you what goes into it too. Chris Morgan was explaining it to us one time of like how they line it all up and the funding
It's
and how they're getting
crazy.
truckloads of boxes and this, that, and the other. And I was like, well, I thought Holly Jolly with over 200 vendors and organizing it inside the field house was hard.
Nothing.
Like,
When we went down and volunteered, and it was for Thanksgiving this year, I believe, the line of cars was literally, I would say, down maybe a quarter of a mile into the road waiting to turn in. And I mean, we were there for 5 hours or something, and the line never went away.
yeah.
And that's like when Grace does her food distributions, I think once a month or how they do it too. The need is there, and they're just trying to keep
Unbelievable.
keeping the people fed.
Yeah, unbelievable. So, with that said, Dom, you got anything you want to close with us?
I know we got a
Listen,
lot
you
of-
dropped some wisdom on us earlier. If you got anything else to take us out on?
I know we got a lot of kids watching. I just need to let them know that unfortunately this is 21 and over. There's alcohol
Oh,
at
yeah.
these events. So if you're
Yes.
thinking you can come play bingo, you just get the benefit of the dollars.
Yeah.
So,
You're a couple years
Except
away
for
from being
Cupid.
able to come play. So,
Boys and Girls Cupid is 18 and over.
Yeah.
there you go.
so yeah.
None of that. We don't. Very good disclaimer there. So, guys, thank you so much. You do a ton of things in a lot of different worlds, and a lot of stuff would not happen without folks like you. So, I'll say it for everybody else. We appreciate you. Thank you so much. Dom, be better at being retired, man.
Yeah. Go relax.
I'm just kidding. We really appreciate you. Everything you do and have done. And if you would have just bailed on us, it would have been really tough.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, no, I couldn't do that. So yeah, I
We'll be
appreciate you
around.
guys too. This show is an amazing community event in itself. So
well,
Thank you.
yeah,
we're trying.
yeah.
Appreciate you guys. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
We will get that clipped up and let people know about the scholarship, and hopefully
Definitely.
get you a little eyes on it. So,
Okay.
thanks, Jeff. Appreciate it.
Bye,
Thank you,
everybody.
Jeff.
Say-
Welcome to Findlay Chevrolet GMC. Dependable Chevrolets, powerful GMCs, advanced technology, comfort, capability, friendly team, stress-free visits, certified service and quality you can trust. Visit us today.